Hi everyone, it's Taff. Welcome to Farming Simulator 15. Here it is, it's landed finally. Much anticipated by all of us, but it's here finally. We get to get our hands on it. Okay, so before we start, let's just do a quick scan through what we've got in the old menu. So we've got tutorials, and we've got tutorials for ploughing, sowing, spraying, harvesting, cultivating, square baler, round baler, bale transport, chopping corn, planting potatoes, harvesting potatoes, feeding the cows, and that's it. Oh, okay. So there's no timber help, which is a bit odd. I thought there'd be a tutorial on how to harvest lumber and that kind of thing, because we've got, in the main picture, you've got a big machine chopping trees down. But anyway, you've got your options menu, you've got your achievements, your downloads. Now, already on day one, there are mods to download on the Giants website. So go over there, check it out, and I think there's 4 mods to download. There's a round baler, there's a slurry sprayer, there's a seeder, and there's a hay wagon as well. So go and check them out. They're all free. Go and get them, add them to your arsenal of toys, and we can all have some fun. Right, so we've got career and multiplayer. Let's jump into the career. Boom, start a career then. Easy. Easy provides you with more starting capital and a comparatively small bank loan. Completed missions return more money, and hiring assistance costs less. Okay. Normal is the best choice for most players new to the game. Hard if you're looking for a real challenge. Set difficulty level to hard. If you start out with less money, to make things worse, you are already in debt with the bank. Oh, that sounds like me. You get smaller rewards for completed missions, and hiring assistance costs a lot more. Okay, what do you reckon? Hard? Are we man enough to go hard? Yeah, let's go hard. Okay, so we've got Bjornholm. The Scandinavian area represents an important agricultural centre in the middle of the Nordic forests. Show Bjornholm's residents how a modern farm is run. Okay. This map also contains a tour that introduces you to the game's fundamentals. The second map we have is Westbridge Hills. Try your luck in the new world. This area in the US is in need of a skilled farmer who can tend to its sprawling fields. Well, I'm not a skilled farmer, so we might give that one a miss. And also, Westbridge Hills was the map that came with Titanium 2013 edition. So let's go for Bjornholm, because that is new. Boom. Okay, here we go. Bjornholm. Okay, boom, we're in. Hello. Welcome to Farming Simulator. Well, thank you. Would you like us to start a short tour guide? No. Oh, there's a butterfly. It's going to be like Skyrim, chasing butterflies around the mountains. Anyway, start the guide tour later. Okay, yes, that's great. Okay, so here we are. This is Bjornholm, everyone. It does look like we've just been dumped on the verge. I guess this is our house, is it? Let's go and check out this question mark. Welcome, hello and welcome to the brand new farm in Bjornholm. If you continue down the slope, you get to the main area where you can find more introductory tips to the game. Okay, great. So this is our house. Look at this. I've just noticed something. Chase the butterfly. Now they're birds. You still got the aircraft noises. Oh, look at that. Sunrise. Over whatever that, what is that over there? What am I looking at? That is the grain elevator. Wow. Fantastic. That looks amazing, doesn't it? It looks like a cereal box with those god rays coming off. Look at that. It's brilliant. So first impressions, the textures are a little bit washed out for the grass and the stone and the woods. It doesn't feel a huge advancement over Farm Sim 2013. I do like the horses, are they? The horse heads on the eaves of the house? That's pretty cool. I would prefer dragons myself, but that's pretty cool. Oh look, we've got a Romano gypsy wagon. No, we haven't. It's a sauna. It's a sauna. I thought there was a Romano gypsy wagon from back there, but it looks like we've got a little sauna. Fantastic. We are in Scandinavia, most definitely. But yeah, look at the textures on the ground. You know, they're not what I was expecting. I was expecting a bit more, to be honest with you. Let's have a look at the field textures. Yeah, it's a bit disappointing, isn't it? I was expecting for a little bit more. My Farm Sim 2013 modded edition has better ground textures than that. But here we go. Here's a little combine. Looks like the starter combine if they've left it to us. They got the now these nicely modded. Look at the muck on that tyre. That's nice. Even got the tyre markings on there. You can see all the dirt on the... So let's just pop in there and have a look in the cab. Oh, look at that. We can even see into the bin. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, it looks basic. We've got, well, they're a bit poor quality, aren't they? The old air vents. They're a bit low res. Disappointing. I'm sure somebody will skin this and it'll be a bit better. But the rest of it looks okay. The controls, the seats, the flooring, that looks fine. But the air vents, they look a bit crap, if I'm honest. And the lights. So whoever did the lid needs to reevaluate that, because that could be done better. Anyway, so that's quite nice. Let's continue our tour of the map. We've got a question mark over here, so let's do that. For those of you who have not seen my channel before, I do tend to wander about exploring a lot, so I know my way around. Getting rid of the straw and hay. Okay, so that's where we dump our straw and hay. Are they going to make us run all the way around there? No, I think we'll just skip down here, to be honest with you. Where's the next question mark? Is over here. This is the well, and this looks like where our kids play in the playhouse. Is that right? No, it's the chicken coop, of course. It is the chicken coop. So if we buy chickens, they will go in there. How do we get in there so we can collect the eggs? Do we just jump over? No, that doesn't quite work. Do we go in there? Now, how do we get into the... There must be a way in. This will be key if we get chickens, to figuring out how to get in the damn chicken thing. Is that me clumping around? I think it is. So we've got the cockerel, old cockius noisius, as we always do. Where would Farm Sim be without this bloody awful cockerel screaming in our ear every minute of the day? How the hell do we get in to the chickens? Ah. Right here. Right there. Went straight past it. Okay, fine. We've got a couple of storage sheds in here. We've got we're storing some crap and brick rubble. And some planks and a crisp. What's this? You picked up a gold coin. There are 99 more ancient gold coins hidden around the world. Maybe they'll come in useful one day. Okay, that's interesting. So they are clearly the collectible, like the horseshoes were in 2013. Okay, we got gold coins. Just looking at gold coins, speaking of that, we have got 3,964 pounds. I've set it to pounds. You can set dollars or euros as your currency, doesn't matter which, but I've set pounds because I'm UK. And you can also set kilometers and miles an hour for your unit of measurement. So we've got a 100 kilogram super weight there. Fantastic. This is just a storage barn. Again, textures aren't great. And we've got a nice plough there. Looks like it's tried to be washed, but it's been heavily used, which is quite nice. We've got a storage shed down there. A plateau here to store items on, which is quite nice. We've got a couple of sheds and question marks down here. So this is going to be the seed pallet. Boom, seeds. If you have the coin to spare, you can refill your sewing machines at these pallets. The same pallets can also be found at the garden centre. Good to know. So here we got an old Deutz-Fahr. Let's have a pop into this one. We're not going to do... Oh, wow. How are the... See, this one's a lot nicer. That light's... That's not bad. I like this. Yes. It's a bit scruffy up there, but... This is a much nicer model cab. And everything works on the gauge, which is quite nice. Look at that, the fuel's working, the revs work, and I like the model. That is a nice tractor. We got our seeder here. Let's have a look into the back here. Let's get right into it. Yeah, that's really nicely modelled. That's really nicely modelled. I really like that. Okay, what we got here then? We've got storage barn. Wood chip storage. At this spot, you can store any surplus wood chips you have and retrieve them again. Or retrieve them, egg, by using a wheel load shovel. Okay, and we've got potatoes and sugar beet. Potatoes and sugar beet. And we got one over here, which is going to be fertilizer. Fertilizer. Okay, so that is our... Oh no, we've got more over here. Bear with me. We'll just get rid of all these question marks, and then we'll have a little play around and see where we are with the farm. So this is our silos. We're going to dump our stuff in there to be stored. Great. And we've got a water point over here and a telephone by the looks of it. Water point, refill water tanks, yeah, and a telephone, which we can stand on somehow. What the... Okay, so that's for help and support and that kind of thing. Right, and this is just a storage barn. Okay, well, let's have a spin around with the tab button and see what equipment we have. So we have the combine. We know we've got the combine. We've seen that. Great. We've got... What the heck's this? This is a Hurleyman. Look at this. Prestige Hurleyman. Look at this old boy. This is fantastic. With a tipper trailer. Let's jump in and look at the cab. Very basic, but Very nicely done. The air vents on that aren't too bad. Let's Q to pick up as always. Let's drive this round. The real mirrors are working. Look at that. The mirrors look good. Let's come out cab and have a look at it. It's quite nice. These tractors feel like they've got a bit of weight about them. They're not instantly turning and bouncing and all that kind of thing. So that's quite nice. So we've got a tipper trailer and our Hurleyman there. Great. What else we got? Combined Hurleyman. Okay, we've got another Deutzfahr. If I pronounced that wrong, I apologise. With our cultivator. Okay, great. And we've got the Deutz with the Cedar. And we've got another Hurleyman. Oh, what the hell is this? Ah, this is the shop, is it? Is this the... This must be the agricultural store. The shop, yes. So obviously we sell equipment there. Sell vehicle, yeah, okay. Oh look, there's some nice cars and vans parked around here. Oh damn. Ah! Is that a wash? Can we use the wash? No, it doesn't allow me to use the washer. Maybe we need to buy one. Got some debadged Audis and Ford Transits and pickup trucks there. Look at that, it's great. Rubble everywhere. It seems to be a rubble issue. Okay, we've got a bank. Check our finances. Check our finances. Here we are. So we are running costs at minus £64 at the moment. Balance. Oh my goodness, we've got £150,000 loan as well. We got to get some work doing. So we got some stuff there. Let's go into the shop and have a quick look at the shop. Oh, okay. So we've got. Can we sort? That's category brands. Oh wow, look at the brands they've got. That is impressive. Have a look at the sales. What you got on sale? Nothing. Great. Amazon. Okay, hang on. Can we go back to back? There we go. Category. Okay, so let's have a look at what tractors we've got available, shall we? So we've got the old Hurleymans. They're £37,000. And we've got a couple of £51,000 Deutzfahr. We've got the Bjornholm. We've got some New Hollands. Wow. Ursus. Linn. Stayer. I don't know how to pronounce that. Hurleymans. Case. New Hollands. Lamborghini again. More of the... Wow, look at these beasts. They're impressive, aren't they? Okay. Let's have a look at the... What else can we play with? Oh, wow. There's so much. Animals. We've only got cows, sheep, and chickens. There's 70 quid a chicken. That's an expensive chicken. Wow. How are you supposed to make money off that? £70 chicken. Incredible. Telehandlers. Let's have a look. Okay, we've got the Lindner. Or the Liber. Oh, God. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everyone who I'm butchering these names. Oh wow! Let's just have one last look at combines. We can't afford anything, so we're just window shopping. So this is the one we've got for the Sampo Rosenlu, £405,000. We've got New Hollands, we've got Case combines, New Hollands, Pottinger, and a Krone. Fantastic. Anyway, let's stop teasing ourselves. We can't afford anything. Although, let's sell this. We've got so many tractors. Let's sell this one to get some cash. Not being funny. We've got like 4 tractors, haven't we? Or 3 tractors, which is more tractors than we could ever possibly need at this point. So let's just cash this one in. Do you want to sell it for 22 grand, please? Great. Okay. Right, what else do we have? Okay, we just got 3 tractors on the combine. So let's jump in the combine and get some harvesting done. I'm taking that this is our field. So where are we? Yeah, field 29. So the one in front with the wheat is ours, and the one in front of that, field 24, is also ours. Okay, great. So what do we need to do on this? We need to unfold harvester, which is X. So we go outside so we can see. Oh yeah, it's lifted the case up there. Look at that. Turn on harvester, which is B. Let's go in cab. Now, you can't use the 1 and 2 keys. If you hit the 1 and 2 keys, nothing happens. Number 3 key is your cruise control key. And as you can see, the wheat actually does get... I love that, how they've got that effect to rip the wheat with the blades into the actual thresher itself. That is awesome. That is a really cool effect. I did test earlier, and the wheat still sort of glitches through, you know, trailers and the headers as well if you're not harvesting, which is a little bit disappointing, to be honest with you. I was hoping they would sort that bit out. Okay, we've obviously got the wheat, or sort of the straw swather on, have we? Because we can't see any straw there. Or what we have? Is that just chucking that away? Yeah, it's just chucking it away like that. That's amazing. Looks great. But we could press comma, and then that'll store it like, you know, you would. But I don't think we've got anything to pick up straw, have we? That, laying a trail like a slug. Fantastic. Whoa, really does accelerate after. But we haven't got any balers, so let's just get rid of the straw. I just did that for an experiment. But this is what I was talking about. So if you come in here, if you look down at the header, you can see the... You can't see it now. Yeah, you can. There you go. You can see the wheat heads glitching through the header. You know, that's a bit disappointing. And if they do that again, we'll check that with the trailer to see if it does it with the trailer. If that is the case, that's a little bit disappointing. But this effect is awesome. Let's come in from the front, shall we? Oh, it's not as impressive from the front. But from in-cab, watching that being pulled into the thresher is superb. Actually, we can watch the wheat being pulled through there. That's great. It would be nice if we... the screen feels a little bit cluttered, actually. Should we see if we can get rid of some of this, some of these things on the screen? Let's just see if we can... automatic help, can we switch that off? Yes. Show map, can we switch that off? Yes. Okay. Save the game. Just in case. It's first day game, so we don't know if it's going to be stable. Oh, there you go, that's much better. That's cleared up the screen, no end. Fantastic. For those who are wondering, I will still bring up your PDA, but it brings it up in this form. Still gives you the weather. I don't know why I decided to show you then. Our running costs have just gone up because we started using the equipment, I guess. And it gives you storage, which is so much. Look at this. This is so much easier to read, isn't it? So you got all your fruits here with the various prices up and down. And you can scroll across to see the various. Isn't that so much neater than the little PDA used to have? Oh yeah, that's so much better. And then obviously you got your usual, go through the various equipment, blah blah blah. Check on your fields with the growing and the withered and that kind of thing. Your animal productivity, your statistics. It's all here, but it's a lot neater, a lot nicer. Anyway, back to it. Let's get back to the farming. So we'll collect all this up, find out where the best prices are, and sell it straight away, I think. Although we have got 20 grand in the bank now, so potentially we're good. Now, I don't like... Obviously, you've got that cruise control gear, which is number 3 number pad on the number 3 key, and it's okay because it adjusts to whatever you're doing. So you're combining, it drives at 6 miles an hour. If you're ploughing, it drives at 10 miles an hour, which is the speed you need to do ploughing, and so it all knows it, and it's all automatic. But when you come off the field, it doesn't half accelerate to maximum speed, which is a bit nightmare. I preferred the 3 key setting we had before, to be honest with you. Key 9 is the map. Oh, well, it won't bring it up now because I've disabled it, which is a bit of a pain. go. It started accelerating really quickly. And the mirrors there. It would be nice if you could adjust the mirrors. I always like to be able to adjust mirrors and stuff. It's just my thing. We're going through this pretty quickly. Almost halfway full. The stubble isn't. Should we get out and have a look? I know this is a bit frustrating for some of you. But let's just jump out for a second. Look at that. I love how the stairs moves forward and back as you get in and out. So this is the stubble looks a little bit. I don't know. I like the tire marks, but it doesn't look like a stubble field, does it? It looks. And the textures again. Okay. Well, don't worry. I'm sure mod support will sort all that out, but. It's a bit disappointing. One of the things you have to be aware of, you have to set the header down, but you have to then press G to go back to the combine to actually turn on the harvester. So it's a bit of a faff, to be honest with you. They could have just left it as that was. It doesn't really add anything, I don't think. Some outdoor shots because people do get fed up with being indoors all the time in the cab, but yeah, watch that spray. This is where you start hitting random keys to find out what they do. Okay, number pad 1 is indicate left, number pad 2 is hazard, number pad 3 is right signal, 6 is lights, rear lights, 5 doesn't seem to be doing anything. 4 doesn't seem to be doing anything that I can see. 9, 8, 7, no, nothing. Unless, obviously, it might be just something we can't see on this. But I have to admit, the actual models of these equipment are beautiful. I'm just disappointed with the ground textures. That looks amazing. The handling of the vehicles is really nice as well, so that is a big positive. The physics feels a lot. Everything feels heavy, which is how it should be. Look at the exhaust. Look at the this heat distortion from the exhaust, and that looks amazing. Don't hit the chicken coop. Steady on. Right, we're 72% full. We're probably going to get this whole field done, are we? It's probably worked out that you can get this starter field done in one go. Oh, maybe not. Okay, so just to remind those who maybe are not frequent to my channel or they haven't heard so far, this Friday, myself, A Kick to the Head, and Hitman82 will be doing a live stream on Friday evening at 8 PM GMT, I'm really plugging it, of Farm Sim 15 over on my Twitch TV channel. The link will be down in the description. Come over, have a chat, say hello, and watch us stuff around on the farm. Trying to do our best as always, and hopefully we'll be able to generate a lot of cash and buy all the toys, show you some wood, because I think it's going to be a while before we can do some wood harvesting. I just feel it will. Whoa, see that acceleration? Got to keep an eye on that. But loving it so far. As I say, as soon as the modders get to work, get me some better ground textures and better textures all round on the actual landscape and buildings, I'll be a happy bunny. Yeah, it's okay. It doesn't feel the huge step forward that we were hoping for. The user interface the GUI is very nice. I must admit, when I first saw it, I didn't like it. I felt too big and too too cluttered. But now that I know that I can get rid of half of it, you know, the little HUD icon in the bottom right-hand corner there with all the speed and fuel and all that thing. That's, you know, it's not too obtrusive, and the little status in the top with the clock and the money. That's quite nice as well. Whoa, there we go. We're full. And she accelerates out at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Right. Let's bring the pipe out. Look at that. Oh, look at that. The fabric fold up. Do you see that? That's pretty cool. Right. Let's jump out and go over to this tractor. Now, normally I don't like driving through the crops, but we're going to do it just as an experiment to see if it clips through the tractor and the trailer. Let's bring this Hurtleyman through there. Yep, it's well, there you go. It's clipping through the trailer. That's disappointing. And it's clipping through the cab. That is disappointing. I was hoping they'd sort that out. Come on, fundamentals. But this is a pretty cool thing. Now, if we pour into this corner here, it'll start filling up from this corner and then spilling out. You see, it's filling up in that corner more. You'll probably say no, not really, but yeah, it is. It's kind of, the way that pours is more realistic, which I really like. I think that's a really cool. There you go. That's a better indication of what's going on. It's all filling up in that corner, and then it'll gradually start to spill down. And if we zoom in, look at the texture on this. Is quite nice. Look at that. Look at those textures. That's nice. Shame they didn't apply that level of detail to the rest of the game. You probably say I'm just whinging. Whoops, just spilled a bit there. Which I am a little bit, but you know, it's been 2 years since Farm Sim 13, so I would expect the textures to be at least up to what the modders have got Farm Sim 2013. Maybe that's unrealistic. Maybe that is unrealistic. Obviously, they have to build a base game where everyone can play it. So that's, you know, people who don't have fancy graphic cards like me, and they can still play at a decent level. So I do understand that. But I would like to have a super duper texture setting for those who have got the power and resource to actually enjoy it. As I'm saying, the mods will have that in a couple of weeks, so I'm not going to be too worried about it. Would I recommend this game so far? Yes, it's solid, everything looks good. The tractors, the physics feel heavy, which is what you want. This is big, bulky equipment, and it definitely feels like that. Except when you come to the end of the field and it accelerates away at 90 miles an hour. But apart from that, it's pretty cool. So, with the clearing of this field, there you go, accelerates really quick. And for 6 miles, you feel like you're going quick for 6 miles an hour. It feels a lot quicker than 6 miles an hour. Go back in cab. Let's get this last bit done. I love that effect. That is beautiful. Almost worth the game price. Whoa. Why is that clipping through the cutter and not actually being cut? That's interesting. Oops, wrong one. Alright, let's just hug that side then. Obviously the clipping for that header is a little bit... maybe this is slightly too wide for... It's going to be slightly too wide for our header anyway, so we'll have to do a backward pass. Oh, what? That's the horn? Home is the beacons, as always. That'll keep certain people in Gloucestershire happy. But yeah, for a horn, that was pretty pathetic. Did you hear that? It sounds like you're pinching a clown's nose, doesn't it? This is a huge piece of expensive equipment, and we get... I don't know. Doesn't seem right in the world, does it? Anyway, with this final cut of this field, we'll bring the first episode to a close. I think that's been half an hour. We've had a good play. We've had a good look at some of the stuff. I know it's probably not what a lot of people would have wanted. I'd have seen a lot more, but I'm not going to jump around and do everything. I want to do this. We are on hard, so we are limited to some of the things we can do. Look at that pouring. That's beautiful. Great, and that is the combine emptied. So with that, I will say adieu. Thank you for joining me on this first impressions of Farm Sim 2015, or Farm Sim 15, I should drop the 20. So thanks for that. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have, hit that thumbs up button and join me next time for more Farm Sim 15. So I'll see you later.